All right, and welcome to another of my happy watercolor videos. This time we are making a fun gift bag. And if you remember seeing, all these pieces, lots of stuff in this Stamps and Mail Club bag. If you remember seeing these in the catalog, they're the flat Chevron bags, but woohoo for good news, you can turn these into a fun three-dimensional gift bag. And so I am going to show you how to do that. So you're going to start by folding up the bottom of the bag, and I'm folding it so that, just so that our sort of trimmy piece here shows. So that amount is about between 3/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. Sorry, 3/4 of an inch and 1 inch. And I'm actually going to fold it both directions on that fold line, so that we got a nice deep line. And then I'm going to do the same on the side. So the same distance that you folded that up, you are going to fold the side, both sides, to make it nice and crisp, both directions. And then the other side, same distance, that sort of 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch. It's probably closer to an inch. All right. Alrighty, so now we have our bag folded on 3 sides. Don't worry about the top for now. And you will probably want to go ahead and trim off this little edgelet-y piece here. We don't need this. Try not to cut the bottom of your bag or your treats will fall through. But cut off that extra fringy stuff. Okay, there we go. We're rid of that. All right, now here is the trick on this. You can do this with an envelope also. If you make sort of a bagalope is what we often call it. So what I'm doing is putting my fingers inside here, and at the bottom I'm kind of poking out the corners. This is what my hand looks like inside the bag. And I'm making that little triangle piece so that we come to our score lines. You see how that works? Okay. So same thing again. I'm going to take my 2 fingers and kind of poke them right into the corner to poke out that triangle. Alright, so that we have some nice crisp corners. And then I'm going to turn my bag pieces. So basically you're folding this to be a lot like a paper bag. So that edge part goes in the center. You kind of see how that works? And then same thing over here. The center fold line you're going to invert when you fold there. Okay. Alright, now down at the bottom we have this little bit of funkiness with our triangle corners. And so what we're going to do with these triangle corners is turn them up so that the bottom of our bag looks like this. And you can use green lid glue or snail adhesive. I'm going to use green lid glue with just a little snail at the top to make it stick instantly, because I don't feel like, well, you don't want to wait around, right? You just want me to get on with it. So the green lid glue is going to hold it, but the snail will make it stick for the initial moment. Okay, so see how we have a bag-shaped bag? See how that works? And then what I'm going to do is take the top and just fold it over once, about 1 inch, and then fold it over again. And now we have a cute little chevron bag that is dimensional and will stand up on our table. See how that works? Okay, so get rid of that for a second, because the next thing we're going to do is make all this stuff turn into a really cute tag. So let's get closer here down to business. I am going to take the awesome sort of gradient stamp here, which is my favorite stamp in the whole entire Occasions catalog. I love this thing. It's so clever. And the texturing on the stamp itself makes it stamp in many colors. So I'm going to flip it this way. See how that works? See how it's dark here and light here? That's the stamp. It's set up to do that all on its own. Isn't that cool? And then I'm going to take a thank you stamp here. Where did my thank you stamp go? Oh, there it is. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one in smoky slate here on the center of our tag. And then these little dotty gradient things, I'm going to go ahead and stamp them here in Daffodil Delight around our thank you. Now this piece is going to be a tag on our tag, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it, and we're going to be wild and crazy here with our tag and make it not very straight. Okay, but maybe not quite that wild and crazy, a little straighter. Alright, and then I'm going to trim in the tag end. Okay, so now we have a piece of watercolor paper here with our thank you tag, and don't worry too much about the top part. It's going to tuck in under our cute flower, which we are making now from these pieces of designer vellum. Okay, we can get rid of the little scraps. So I am going to start here, and I am going to just flex fold my flower punch here and throw a Stampin' Dimensional in the center of it. And we're going to start layering up. So I have the same piece cut here from the gold foil vellum. This one's the heart one, so there's some little hearts, and I'm going to offset it just like a tiny bit. See how it's not quite exactly lined up, but mostly lined up. It's tricky, I know. And then I have the pansy punch here, same thing. This one just got a stripe on it, and I'm going to offset that, I think, just a little bit. So there we have that. And then I'm going to take another Stampin' Dimensional, because why not? And I have this little baby. This is the from the Petals punch bundle in the Occasions catalog, which is super fabulous. And I have that pre-cut. So I have these flowers all layered together, and they need a center, and the center is going to be from a piece of our gold twine. So before I get to that though, I have a piece of Chevron ribbon here, and it's Calypso Coral Chevron ribbon, which is super gorgeous, and I put it through our tag. The tag here was punched from a watercolor note card with a fabulous scallop tag topper, and I just need, oh, I don't know, about that much, say call it 5 inches or so of this gold baker's twine, and this is gonna wrap here around our chevron ribbon to hold this together at the top of our tag, because I love mixed ribbon details. So there is our cute mixed ribbon detail. All right, so back to our flower. We need to tie a bow through our vintage faceted button, and so I'm going to go ahead and lick the end of my thread. Ew, gross. If you lick the end of your thread, do everyone a favor and trim it when you're done, because really, who needs to share those little bits of germs with you? Okay, and I missed a couple pieces, but you know what? We're gonna ignore it anyway. All right, so go ahead, and I haven't forgotten to trim, I just haven't gotten there yet. Tie a little bow on our vintage faceted button, which are super awesome little buttons. And our size of our flower is fairly small, so I want my bow size to coordinate. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the ends of my ribbon fairly short and cut off. See, I told you I'd get rid of that there. Now no one will get my spit with this little treat. I know you were very worried about that. And then I'm going to take a bit of green lead glue and stick my button down. Okay, and that's going to take a second to grab, so be careful with it. Stick it down here with a dimensional so that it has a spot to stick on our tag. Our little thank you tag here also gets stuck down, and I'll put a dimensional in the back of that, because why not? There's 300 on a package. Just use them. Okay, and then pieces left over from your kit include these fabulous little sequin trims, and you're going to need one, because I think we put sequins on all our Stamps and Mail Card projects this month, and I wouldn't want one to feel left out. So there is our little thank you tag, and the last thing included in your kit is one of the little metallic clothespins. So when you have your whole clothespin tag put together, you can add it to your your bag. And there we have our very fun and cute little treat bag. You can stuff that with whatever you want and pull your tag off, and then you have a really neat little gift. So it's a great way to use your Watercolor Wonder supplies to make something that's kind of fun in 3D. So I hope you will think about stamping with me by mail this month. Let me know if you'd like to request a kit, and I can send you PayPal requests and so forth. So thanks so much for watching.